Now, I kind of have a problem with Nintendo right now. I mean, it's kind of a personal problem when it comes to a um, Nintendo Switch player. Um, uh, I'm waiting for Nintendo Switch. I'm waiting for Nintendo to come out with the Luigi Mansion 4. Now, they claim, according to articles, that the new one's not going to be out until 2025. That that kind of fucking sucks because that's like a whole nother fucking year. I mean, or more so later because this October, November, that's like a year and 2 fucking months. That's like god damn. That's I mean, football games, fuck football, but they even said on 18 months. I mean, that's less than a fucking football game season. Fuck that football shit. I don't play football no more, by the way. Or watch it. But they're also talking about porting a remake of Luigi's Dark Moon to Nintendo Switch. And there lies the problem I see kind of a problem. They say it's gonna be remake, um, but hold on. They say it's gonna be a remake, or is it? Because in one part it says that they're going to come up with a remake of Luigi Mansion Dark Moon for Nintendo Switch. And then on the other hand, they say they're going to port Luigi Mansion Dark Moon to the Switch. And I don't know which one it is because in both of them they say they're going to port Dark Moon to Nintendo Switch. And like I said, on the other hand, they say they're going to put a remake of the Luigi Mansion Dark Moon on Nintendo Switch. And the problem I have is with this. If they're going to remake Luigi Mansion Dark Moon for Nintendo Switch, cool. But at the same time, if they're not going to remake it and they're going to port it to Nintendo Switch, then don't buy it. Do not, if they're not going to remake it and they're just going to port the original Luigi Mansion Dark Moon to the Switch, if they're just going to port it to the Switch and not remake it, well then don't buy it. Because there will be trouble. I mean, you won't be in trouble, but they will kind of be in trouble. Because, Luigi's Dark Moon for the 3DS is made for an older model, older software, and older hardware and stuff like that. Um, um, Well, let me give you an example. They ported um, Zelda, Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword to the Switch. Not a remake. No, 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 no. Not a remake. They ported the original Zelda Skyward Sword to the Nintendo Switch. The game fucking sucks. I mean, if you want to get into nostalgic quality, if you want to get into nostalgic quality and stuff like that, okay, fine. But um, Zelda Skyward Sword is for an older system. They didn't remake it. And since they didn't remake it and they just ported it to the Switch, that's a big fuck up. Because the Switch, I'm sorry, but the Nintendo Switch runs much faster than 3DS. It runs faster than a Wii. It runs faster than a Wii U. Right now, Nintendo Switch runs faster than any of the old Nintendo systems on the market. It runs much faster. And because of that, since they didn't remake it for the Nintendo Switch and just ported Skyward Sword to the Switch, trust me, I know this for a fact because I've seen it. I've not played it. I don't have to fucking play it. I'm never gonna buy Zelda Skyward Sword ported to the Switch because the graphics and all that fucking sucks. Suck. It looks like my 2-year-old niece, well, she not two, she my great niece, but looks like something she fucking drew in art class in her preschool when she was in the 2nd grade. It looks fucking pathetic. Compared to Zelda Breath of the Wild, Zelda Skyward Sword on the Switch looks 99.99% worse than ever. Lining up with the Zelda Breath of the Wild graphics and stuff, Zelda Breath of the Wild blows it away. Now, I know a lot of you saying, well, Zelda Breath of the Wild, like, no. A lot of Nintendo players out there and fans and whatnot are Nintendo players, meaning they just play. They don't keep up with the history and the backstory and the guidelines and all that stuff. Nintendo basically fucked up with Zelda Breath of the Wild the first time. On the dying breath of the Wii U, what the fuck ever you want to call it. The game that Zelda Breath of the Wild came out on, um, that was a big fuck up because, um, Zelda Breath of the Wild was made and designed for the Nintendo Switch, plain and simple. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, or fucking coconuts about it. It was made for Nintendo Switch. It was supposed to be the number one and I'm not joking about this whatsoever. I know the history of all Nintendo as of today. Zelda Breath of the Wild was actually really number one, 100% intended to be for the Nintendo Switch, plain and simple. But the problem is, at the time, way back when, Nintendo was getting a lot of heat, and I don't know if you call it heat or what the hell you call it. Demand. I guess that would be the best word for it. They were getting a lot of demand for a new Zelda game. And at the time, Nintendo was working desperately and hard on the Nintendo Switch and Zelda Breath of the Wild at the same time. The Nintendo Switch was not completely finished when they were getting demand from higher up or what the fuck ever for a new Zelda game. But Zelda Breath of the Wild was finished before the Nintendo Switch. You never getting a demand for a new Zelda game. Because I believe the anniversary of Zelda or what the fuck ever was right around the bend. So they say, fuck it, let's put the Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, what the fuck ever it was. It was an older system. So they put it on the Wii U. But before they released it, they tested it out. And they experienced major problems and major difficulties. And they said, what the fuck? This is not gonna work. The Wii U, what the fuck ever, is too fucking slow. Zelda Breath of the Wild was designed and manufactured and everything for the Switch, which had a much faster motor, better graphics, and all that. And they realized this. And they said, well, god damn it, we're gonna have to take some of this shit out so we can fit it to be playable on the Wii U or what the fuck ever. So that's what they did. And it played subpar on the Wii. I mean, it played good enough on the Wii U because of the fucking slow graphics and shit like that. So they put it out there. Bippity boppity boo, boo. And Then, like in 2017 or something like that, the Switch was finished. They brought it out, and they finally put Zelda Breath of the Wild onto the Wii on the Switch. But there was a problem. They didn't put back into Zelda Breath of the Wild the stuff that they took out to put on the Wii U or whatever to dumb it down for the older console or what the hell ever. They didn't put back into the game. So when people was playing it on the Switch, it was sluggish. It had frame rate problems, frame drop problems, and all that shit. So what did Nintendo do? They said, oh, okay. Here we go. We'll just put a bunch of patches in. Patch here, patch that, patch. And they did. And it ran fine. It wasn't until later on, after they put so many patches into Zelda Breath of the Wild, that it ran okay. It ran good. For the speed of the Switch, the graphics and everything, it finally ran good. Not A plus good, but it ran A 0.85% better. And basically that's when I started getting involved with Zelda Breath of the Wild. Because I was not a game player at all at the time. But even though I wasn't a game player, I still knew the history and everything of Zelda because not just Zelda, but the history of Nintendo. I knew the history of Nintendo. I know the history of Microsoft. I know the history of Sony. I know the history of Sony stealing plans from Nintendo. And yes, I say stealing plans from Nintendo because even though Sony had the fucking know-how and everything, the technology and all that shit legally belonged to Nintendo. That's why Nintendo delayed on making the GameCube. Because Sony stole the plans and whatnot to make fucking PlayStation. So every generation of the PlayStation that you get nowadays is actually made based on stolen plans and software and shit of the original PlayStation, which they stole from Nintendo. Nintendo took them to court, sued them, and won, by the way. Don't believe me, you can look it up. Anyway, fuck all that shit, man. But then, with Zelda Breath of the Wild and everything, I spoke with other people and everything. They said, well, the game it's not that good. You know what I'm saying? Well, mine is playing 99.85% better than what you're fucking talking about. Because they fixed all the problems. Well, okay, you're right. But in the beginning, then because they were, um, because with those little big asinine minds, I explained what the fuck happened. Like, oh. And at first they didn't believe me till they looked it up. Then they said, oh, you're right, Benji. You're 100% right. Fuck you, I don't want no more to do with you. You're cut on my fucking life. You didn't believe me the first time. Fuck you. And that's it. I only give people one chance. They fuck up and they cross me once. Fuck them. Anyways, bottom line is, later on, Nintendo said, hey, we still got this part of Zelda Breath of the Wild that we haven't put back in the game. So what the fuck are we gonna do? We got all this Zelda. Wait. Aha. We'll put it back in the game, but we'll make it a add-on DLC and sell it separately. And assholes out here in real life, that don't know the history of what the hell's really going on, the ones that don't know the history, they'll just be so dumb, stupid, asinine, what the fuck is going on? They won't know. And that's what they did. They put the DLC out there, and they fucked all of us, because the DLC that you had bought separately to download to put in Zelda Breath of the Wild, is actually part of the game that they took out to be able to dumb it down enough to play on the older system. And now, because I have I have one of the copies of Zelda Breath of the Wild with the DLC already in the game. Over time, because Bob's gang or whatever said a couple weeks ago or whatnot, this is the first time Nintendo did this. They added the DLC of Zelda Breath of the Wild with the game already installed. No, I'm sorry, stupid. I mean, he's Canada, where the fuck he is. I tried telling him in the first place, and he just says, oh, it's new. No, it's not new. It's not new. 6 months ago, I bought it. Just like, when I bought, he's saying, Animal Crossing New Horizons now has the DLC included to it, with it, for the first time ever. No. I'm sorry. Breath of the Wild, Zelda Breath of the Wild, I went through Walmart and bought Zelda Breath of the Wild, $75. Kind of steep for Zelda Breath of the Wild, but fuck it. I did the same thing with Animal Crossing Breath of the Wild, because DLC is like 25, 19, 25, 99 separately or whatever. I don't know the person but now. But the game in the DLC separately, you're still paying $75. So I bought Zelda Breath of the Wild with the DLC included, but the problem is it's not a fucking DLC, and I don't know how many people know this, but I mean, if they only fucking knew, and they only fucking realized, it's not a goddamn DLC. The DLC, what they sold as a DLC that you bought separately and downloaded into the game, that allows you to collect Majora's Mask and all those separate masks and everything, or what the fuck ever, in the motorcycle for the game, or what the fuck ever, in Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Master Mode, whatever, it's not a goddamn DLC. It's part of it's the original game, part of the original game that they took out to dumb down to be able to fit it onto the older system. That's what it is. But anyways, now you can buy the whole fucking version of the game together, which they say, oh, it's Zelda Breath of the Wild with the DLC included, already built in, and she, and she right there. Nintendo, on that part, Nintendo's a goddamn liar. The creator of Nintendo Switch is a goddamn liar. The creator of Nintendo Switch, Zelda Breath of the Wild, the creator of that game, is a goddamn liar. Because what they're claiming to be DLC is actually part of the original game that they took out to dumb down for the other slower system. But now, see, Animal Crossing, now that Happy Home Paradise, or whatever you want to call it, that is a separate part of the game. That wasn't included with the original Animal Crossing New Horizons. They added that. So that is actually a DLC, separate part of the game, DLC, which you can now buy, which Bob the gang says now you can buy it together as one. Bullshit! I bought that game with the DLC included with the game, Happy Home Paradise. So I got a copy of it before Nintendo even announced it. They put it out there to see how it would do before they announced it. That's what they did, and I got a copy of the game. I only got one copy with the DLC included, but I bought it I bought like 4.5 months ago, something like that, before they actually announced it, But the Zelda Breath of the Wild with the whole game as one, which they call a DLC, which is bullshit, because it's part of the game that they took out to dumb it down for the older system. But I got that one at $75 and 95 cents or 99 cents, something like that. I got the credit card receipt. I bought that one 6 months ago. But Zelda Skyward Sword, they didn't remake it. And since they ported the original Zelda Skyward Sword to the Switch, it looks like cat tar. It looks like cat tar because it runs. It runs a little bit slower. It does have frame rate problem, and the fucking graphics look like something I threw up 3 years ago. So if they're going to port Luigi Mansion Dark Moon to the Switch, do not buy it. Do not buy it because it is going to, it'll look good if you played on the original GameCube or what the fuck ever it's designed for. It'll look good. You won't have no problems. But the original Luigi Mansion Dark Moon on the Switch, which is faster, quicker, and all that shit, all that good shit, it will suck and look like cat tar on the Nintendo Switch. But if they remake it, that means they're going to redesign it and upgrade the graphics and speed and everything for the Switch. But my question is, because here's previews of Luigi Mansion 4. Now, I don't know about you, but it looks pretty fucking good, But, they say that one's not going to come out until 2025. What the fuck? Like I said, well, that's like a year and 2 months from now. Or what the fuck ever, Hell, I don't know. And she was so blonde that she got locked into a Walmart and starved to death. And she was so blonde that she heard that 75 to 85% of all crimes happen around the home. So she moved to South Carolina She was so blonde that she went to Ace Hardware store and thought she was in the military. She's so blonde, she sent me a fax with a stamp on it. She was so blonde, she told me to meet her at the corner of Walk and Don't Walk. Oh, fuck. She's so blonde that she thought a quarterback football player was a goddamn quarter that you put in the fucking Coke machine. She was so blonde, she went to the IMAX theater and saw the sign that rated the movies um, um, 17 plus. So she went home and gathered up 16 friends to go back to the movie theater to watch the movie. Oh, fuck. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what fucking problem is with Nintendo. They can't make up the goddamn mind. They gonna make a remake, or they're just gonna port the, um, original Luigi Mansion Dark Moon to the Switch. Now, like I said, if they port the original Dark Moon to the Switch, don't buy it because it is going the graphic wise, speed wise, frame rate and everything, it's gonna fucking suck. But on the other hand, if they're going to remake it and remaster the game and everything, go ahead and buy it because it's gonna be good.